Hey, what's going on, everybody? Anthony Conklin coming to you live right here on Facebook Live from Greenwich, Connecticut. Hope you guys had a fantastic Sunday and things are going well for you. I actually did a little posting a few minutes ago about biz dev. I kind of got that from Gary Vaynerchuk. So, what's your plan for the week? Really want to know what you're doing on Sunday night to plan for the week. So for those of you who don't know me, welcome to my broadcast. My name is Anthony Conklin. I am a keynote speaker, owner of a USA-based company. I've also been in corporate America for 26 years, in the entertainment space for 27 years. Hello to everybody that just joined. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I like that you come here and you're not really watching the Oscars, or you don't really care about the Oscars, or whatever is on tonight. I don't even know. It's too much politics. Hey, I want to talk to you today about one thing that is a topic that came up today with my trainer, Kevin, who I work with today, and we're talking about doing things. And I want to know, not just, you don't just do things, but you want to know why you're doing it. You know, some people just do things and they don't really stop to say, okay, well, why am I doing this? Nike had it right with, it was the Oscars. That's right. It was Oscars. Dan, thanks so much for joining. Hey, Jordan, thank you so much, and happy belated birthday to you. Hope it was great. And so, Nike had it right with just do it, but it's not just doing it. You got to do it for a purpose. You got to do it for a reason. Yeah, that's right. It's the way of the entrepreneur. That's right, Dan. That's very true. So I was working out with my trainer today, Kevin, and he actually recorded sort of a post-workout. I wasn't feeling 100% myself today, and I worked out to the point of failure. I was completely wiped out. So I worked to the point of failure, and I got so upset with myself that as I was jumping rope, I dropped the ropes and I said, I can't do this anymore. He said, okay, just sit down, relax. He grabbed his phone and he started to record and ask me some questions about failure. And as he was asking me questions, I started to think in my mind, like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I working out so hard? Hey, Chris, how you doing? Thank you so much. Irma, thank you so much for being here. So I asked myself, why am I doing this? Like, what's the purpose? Is it just to do it, just to get it out of the way? I think like that sometimes. And sometimes you can't always think you're just going to do it to get out of the way. My wife reminds me too, when I do things, you just want to do it and push it to the side and go to the next one. And sometimes that's, to be transparent with you, there were a lot of things in my life I just wanted to fix because I didn't want to deal with the pain and the anguish that goes along with it. And sometimes we do that. Have you ever been in a situation where you just do things because you just want to get it out of the way, and you do it begrudgingly? I mean, if you've had that situation, press 1 in the chat box, because I'd love to hear what your stories are. I've done that a lot. I've done that with a lot of things in my life. I used to just do it and then push it to the side and go to the next. It's sort of like fixing things real quick and then just pushing it to the side. And that's not necessarily the right thing to do. So I want to talk to you today about not just doing things, but asking yourself a question: why am I doing this? Like, what's the real purpose? What's the real reason for doing this? And a lot of people have different reasons why they do things. So I want you to think of something that you're doing right now in your life. It could be posting up on Facebook or on Twitter. It could be writing in your journal. It could be so many things. All right, Chris, yeah, definitely I want to hear your story, my friend. Thank you. So what are some of the things that you're doing in your life right now that you're just doing just for the heck of it? So let me tell you my story. I started working out with a trainer coming up. This May will be a year ago. So I got married again last June, and I wanted to work with a trainer. I wanted to slim down. I wanted to get in shape. So now it's almost a year. So I've lost, a good, 10, 15 pounds. I put on some muscle weights. I feel pretty good about it. So when I first started working out, I wanted to do it because I wanted to immediately lose some weight. It's like, I want to lose some weight. That's the reason why I wanted to do it. So once I started losing weight, I got to the end of it and I said to myself, well, okay, this is good. I'm losing weight, but now what? Okay. Well, I want to be able to tone up a little bit. So we adjusted my workout and we got into more of a tone type of session. And then he said to me, okay, Anthony, you're getting toned now. Now what? So I realized the first couple of times when I was working out with my trainer, I said, hey, listen, I want to lose some weight and then I want to tone up. I was doing it just to get to the end game. And what I didn't realize, and now 9 months later, is that I've completely resculpted my body. I stand differently, my posture's differently. I feel more confident. I feel that when I go to the gym, it's okay to fail. because if you're going to fail any place, failing in the gym is always a good thing because you're failing for a reason. You're not just failing to fail. You're failing because you're breaking through a plateau to make yourself a better person. How many of you have been in that situation where you've actually questioned your failure and you saw that failure was a good thing later on? I'm sure most of you probably think failure is bad. Press 1 in the chat if you think failure is a bad thing. I want to know. I think it's an interesting dynamic. If you think failure is bad, it's really not. Failure is actually a good thing. Now, they say, Kevin, my trainer, and I have to just keep going back to him because he's just a blessing in my life. Kevin said to me, he said, Anthony, if there's any place you want to fail in the gym. And I got to take that one step further. If there's any place you want to fail in your journey. Because where you want to be in life is not the destination. It's a constant sort of a reinvigoration, a re-energizing of your life and raising your life up to the next plateau. There is no real end game. The end game is you're dead, right? That's the last thing you got to think about. Your end game is you're dead. You're done. You're in your box, and you're either on the other side. If you believe God, you're with God, or whatever, wherever you think your end destination is, you're dead. But the end game isn't the end game. The end game is, how do I make myself better, improve myself, be more confident, whatever it is you decide to be. If you're an entrepreneur, let me talk to the entrepreneurs out there. If you're starting your own business, and I actually had a conversation with my son yesterday about this. He goes, Dad, I'm thinking about starting my own business. He says, and he sit there with this posture. He goes, I think I got to raise capital. Now, raising capital, now I'm not saying it's easy, but it's easier. If you went back 20 years ago and tried to raise capital for a company, they didn't have things like Kickstarter and I am quoting Gary Vaynerchuk because that's where I got the idea from. Kickstarter or Angel List or whatever the case may be. It's easy to get money, but you have to have the idea behind it. So it's much easier to get money if you just went out there and tried to build your business. Find out what you are in your business. Are you the sales guy? Are you the leader? Are you the engineer? Are you the back office person? Try to surround yourself with people to help you build your business. Let me get back to failure because I'm kind of getting off track here. So failure, if you think in terms of failure is good because it gives you an opportunity to see where you need constant improvement. And what I've learned in the gym, let me give you this sort of lesson here. What I've learned through failure. Hello, Vicky Fitch. Guys, make sure you check out Vicky Fitch. She's at VickyFitch.com. She's anything and everything you want in live streaming, anything and everything you want in social media. She's the queen bee, so make sure you check her out. Everybody, go follow Vicky Fitch. What I've learned in failure is that I've learned to not do this, which is, I'm using a term, beating myself up. Because what does beating yourself up do? It doesn't make you better. So failure, here's the message. Failure for me has almost become my friend. I want to fail because when you fail, you're always going back and learning something new from the failure. I listened to Joyce Meyer. If you guys know who Joyce Meyer is, she's a minister and she's a great speaker. She said that God lets you fail over and over again because he wants you to keep taking the test over and over again until you learn, until you become that person that you're supposed to be. So when you think in terms of failure is a good thing because you learn from the failure to become better. So I want you to ask yourself this question, and I want to ask all of you entrepreneurs, business owners, even if you work for a company, why do you do what you do? Ask yourself that question and write it down. Write it in your journal, write it down on a piece of paper and say, why do I do what I do? And let me tell you why I do what I do. I love to help inspire and motivate, empower people to become better. And why do I want to do that? Because I want to be able to share how it worked for me in hopes that it could work for other people. I tried for a very long time to share my message on a platform. And what I did was I tried to mimic my virtual mentors and I tried to become them using their story and their energy and motivation. And I found that it didn't work. So I realized, with the help of people like Vicky, is that you have to tell your story from your perspective. And then you telling your story helps you to become the person that you're supposed to be because you tell your story and you learn from your story. Okay? So here's an exercise I want you to think about doing. Well, here's an exercise I'm going to give to you tonight. I want you to write down in your journal, why do I do what I do? And I want you to write down 5 reasons why you do what you do. And then when you think of those 5 reasons, what are the top 2 that are most critical? Because the top 2 you pick out are the most important ones that you're going to always keep going back to, and then eliminate the 3. So why do you do what you do? You do what you do because it's your calling, it's your passion, it's who you are, it's why you're here in life. Why do I do what I do? Because I love to motivate and inspire, and I love to motivate, inspire, and empower audiences to become better. Help them to find their passion and their purpose and connect it with why. And why is who you are. Don't worry about what all of the inspirational speakers say. Don't worry about the 50 books that you're reading or the 10 books that you're reading, because all they're doing is they're telling you things you already know, and you have to unlock it with your why. Ask yourself the question tonight: why do you do what you do? If you found that helpful, I want you to leave a message in the chat box. I'm going to go back and I'm going to respond to all of your messages. And by the way, thank you all so very much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. I want to make 2 quick announcements. One is we're still working on the Tony Robbins interview. It's supposed to come up on the 28th at 7 p.m. I'm still waiting to hear back from his people to confirm if it's going to happen or not. It's one of those last minute things. Vicky, I know you've been through this journey with me before, so we're trying to shoot for the 28th, which is his birthday, at 6 p.m. Eastern. So I'll keep you posted. Second thing is I want to say a big thank you to Kevin, who's my trainer at New York Sports Club here in Greenwich. Kevin, you are a blessing in my life. You're an amazing individual. You're an example of consistency and of humbleness, of power, and of presence, and being a great example. You're a great father. I know you're a great father to your son. I think you just do some amazing stuff, and I'm so honored to have you as my trainer and sort of like my personal guide through my body transformation. So thank you so much. If you guys are looking for a trainer, if you live in the Connecticut area, please let me know. I'll connect you with Kevin. He's just fantastic, just an amazing person. So guys, again, my name is Anthony Conklin. You could find me at anthonyjconklin.com. I am a keynote and motivational speaker. I speak to sales teams. I'd love to come speak to your company. I speak to associations. I've been speaking to realtors and attorneys, help them to really uncover their passion, find their purpose, and build it with this bridge called why. Again, you can find me at anthonyjconklin.com. I'm also on Twitter at anthonyjconklin. I have 2 Instagrams, but the one that you can find me at mostly is Instagram, which is at anthony.ace. I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. And in the words of Les Brown, which I always like to end all of my broadcasts with, is you have something very special in you. You have greatness within you. You have a gift. It's your duty. It's your responsibility. It's why you're here, to live that gift every single day, because your job is to pass that gift on to the next person, whether it be your spouse or your kids, your family, your friends, your community, to God. Your responsibility is to give that gift away. You know, Warren Buffett says, you know, love's a funny thing. The more you try to give it out, you get it back. And the more you try to hold on to it, the quicker you lose it. Have a great day, guys. And until then, I love all of you so much. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you next time.